you're like me, you oftentimes will have boxed mac and cheese, whether it's this one or the shells and cheese, in your pantry. And while it makes a great side dish, you can turn it into a main dish as well. Today, I'm sharing with you 3 different ways to level up your mac and cheese to make it the star of the show. And they're all inspired by flavors that we know and love. We've got some pizza inspiration, we've got some Sloppy Joe inspiration, and then we also have like a Tex-Mex inspiration. All 3 of them are delicious, all 3 of them are super easy, and I can't wait to hear which one you plan to give a try first. Hey y'all, I'm Mandy, and this is Mandy in the Making. Quickly, before we move on, just a little shout out here. I always forget to do this, but if you are new here and you like easy recipes, that's all I do. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way you're not gonna miss any of my content from here on out. Okay, first recipe. For our first mac and cheese recipe, we're gonna be using 2 boxes of Kraft mac and cheese, and we're gonna elevate it. We're gonna turn it into pepperoni pizza mac and cheese, which I'm not mad at. I love pizza. I love mac and cheese, so why not? So first things first, I'm getting my pot. We're going to do the mac and cheese just like it's supposed to on the, or like it says to on the box. So I'm gonna get some water going and we're gonna boil our noodles. Oh, you know what? We need to preheat our oven to 350, so do that. We need Italian chicken sausage. I get mine from Aldi. I keep at least a couple of packs of these on hand at all times just because they're a really easy way to add protein into something. They're already fully cooked, so you just gotta heat them through, and they're gonna heat in the oven with everything else. So we just need to slice these up. This kind of makes me think about mac and cheese with little hot dogs cut up in them, because that's what it kind of looks like, you know? There we go. I am notorious for choosing a small or a too small of a cutting board when I'm cutting up meat. I made it work. Moving on. Our macaroni is done. Macaroni? It ain't macaroni. Macaroni is done. Let's drain it. Okay, that's been drained. We're just gonna prep this like normal. So I'm gonna throw in some butter, just like it says on the package is all we're doing. Let's get that butter melting before I add in my milk and cool things down. Okay, I think that's good. And I'm gonna add in my milk and then our cheese packs. So you have to tell me below, did you grow up loving Kraft mac and cheese? I'm gonna be real honest. I still love it. I still, like, it's a guilty pleasure of mine for sure. Trying to make sure all the clumps of the cheese are out and then it's good and mixed. Look, I would be happy just to eat that right there, but we're gonna zhuzh it up a little bit, you know? So I have about half a bag of these mini pepperonis. I'm gonna throw those in there because you can't have pizza without pepperoni, in my opinion. Then we're gonna put in about a half a cup of this pizza sauce. Then we'll need to put in our chicken sausage here in just a second, but let me go ahead and start mixing this up. You know what? I want some more pizza sauce. I don't know that was quite a half a cup, but we eyeballing over here, okay? You could put all of this into a bowl and do it that way. I was just trying not to dirty up something else. And then throw in your chicken sausage too and stir that up. Great protein going in. And then I'm gonna grab, I have it's not quite a 9 by 13. I don't know what size it is. It's a little bit smaller than that, but I've got a baking dish that we're gonna pour this in and then we're gonna top it with some more cheese. I've already sprayed this dish with some olive oil. Let's dump that in there. Now I've got some of this Italian blend, like the 5 cheeses. I'm gonna sprinkle this all across the top. I'm just using the rest of this bag because why not? All right, that's it. This is going in a 350-degree oven for just about 15 minutes.
Let's find out if it's any good.
So Kraft macaroni and cheese. I know Cole loves Kraft macaroni and cheese. Steven, are you a huge fan of Kraft macaroni and cheese?
I'm a huge fan.
I mean,
I grew up with it.
right.
Oh yeah. Got some creamy, cheesy action going on here.
That's amazing.
Yeah, this is really good.
Hold up. So how did you make it? Did you just make the mac and cheese and then put the other stuff in it?
Yes. I put some pizza sauce in there and then some pepperoni and chicken sausage and then topped it with some cheese.
So this is literally just upgraded
Yeah.
mac and cheese.
Oh yeah.
It's like jazzed up.
We zhuzhed it up.
We just did it.
Zhuzh. How you spell that? Zhuzh.
That's a word?
I mean, people say it all the time. I don't know if it's an actual word.
I thought you were just making a sound.
I don't know.
Man, yeah.
You say you zhuzh it up.
This is good.
Okay. Well,
I
good.
like this a lot.
All right.
Cheesy. I love the meat, the protein that's in there.
Yeah.
Pepperoni, chicken sausage, one of my favorite things anyway. This is really good. Goes really well together. And you got the pizza sauce in there?
Yeah.
I heard that.
All right, I'm gonna dig in. Okay.
Yeah.
It's not overly pizza-y.
Right. But the sauce is just enough to cut through.
But you're still getting the good original cheesiness of the Kraft mac and cheese.
Right.
Oh, I like that.
It's good, isn't it?
It is good. Today, we are using this mac and cheese. So you have to tell me below, are you team Kraft, like the OG, or are you team Velveeta? I need to know.
Velveeta shells and cheese.
Right. It's not the mac and cheese, it's the shells and cheese. But today we're going to use 1 box of this. I'm basically going to half what you would normally make for a full meal because we have so much of the pizza one left over that I don't want to have too many leftovers today from lunch. So we're going to use just 1 box of Velveeta and we are making Sloppy Joe mac and cheese. We're kind of winging it. I got some inspiration online, but I ain't doing it nowhere near like they're doing it. So let's just wing it and pray for the best outcome, right?
I like winging it.
We wing it.
You got to be adventurous.
I'm telling you. Okay, so because we're only using about a ½ pound of meat, I'm going to use a very small amount of onion. I'm just going to dice this real quick.
Does it call for onion?
No, it does not.
I like you.
Look, every time I brown up some ground beef, I'm always going to try and put some onion in there with it, you know?
Yeah.
Ooh, that is some strong onion. Hold, please. Wet paper towel. Thank you, sir. Now, we have some green pepper left over, so I'm going to just use like a 1/4 of this green pepper, and we're going to dice it too. A couple of things. We're going to get this skillet heated to about medium-high, and we're going to heat the oven with some onion on my finger at 350. Oh, rude. I was trying. There we go. Okay, to go on top of our casserole Sloppy Joe mac and cheese, you'll want some cheese. I've got some pepper jack here that I have left over. And I figured why not just go ahead and use this up so it doesn't go bad. So I'm just going to shred this pepper jack cheese that we're going to put all over the top right before we put it in the oven. I'm getting this going. We're just going to make our Velveeta just like it says to on the box. To our hot skillet, we're going to add in a ½ pound of ground beef and our peppers and onions. So this is cooked down and we broke it up really fine. Now let's add in, I'm going to do about a ½ cup of water, and then we need some tomato paste. Okay. And then we've got a Sloppy Joe pack. I'm just using about half of this since we're only doing a ½ pound of meat. Okay, let's stir that around and see what we got. I'm gonna turn it down some so it's not quite so high because this is just gonna simmer and hang out while we wait on our noodles to cook for the Velveeta. We'll add just a little more tomato paste. We'll turn it way down to like low. And I'm gonna taste this here in just a second, just make sure. I may add some Dub sauce into this too because we love us some Dub sauce flavor. So let me taste this and we'll see where we're at. I want Dub sauce. Oh, she's pretty. That looks really good. Now that my pasta is done, let's drain it and then just add in our cheese sauce. Once I have mixed all of this cheese sauce in, let's put it in a small casserole dish as our base. And then on top of that, we're gonna put in our Sloppy Joe mixture and just spread that out. And then lastly, we're gonna take our pepper jack cheese that I shredded and top that. Now, since everything is already completely cooked, we only need to bake this in the oven just long enough for the cheese on top to melt. So about 5 minutes at 350.
Box mac and cheese.
Yep, shells and cheese.
Yeah, well, I'll be doggone. That is good.
Is it?
Yeah, I can't hardly believe that's box mac and cheese or whatever. Shells.
Good.
You did good.
Thanks.
I'm not surprised, but I am a little bit, but I'm not.
Why are you a little bit surprised? Whoa, homie.
I don't know.
Slow your roll.
I need to take this off.
Yeah, you do. Take that off.
All right, let me take it off. Taking it off.
Why are you a little bit surprised?
I don't know. I just...
In me or in...
it's just hard to believe that this is really spectacular.
Okay, well, good.
I love the cheddar cheese mixing with the Sloppy Joe sauce.
Okay.
Plus the Dub sauce. Amazing things happen. Oh, man. And that's nice little texture touch there with the pepper.
Okay, I got to dig in. I love you, but it's my turn.
Man, I mean, that's good, isn't it?
That is delicious.
Really
Oh my
good.
goodness. Why have we never done this before?
I don't know. Why haven't we ever done this before?
Rude, back up. Mmm. Okay. We've got one more recipe. I don't know if I'm going to use Velveeta or Kraft for this. I think I'm going to use Velveeta just because I think I prefer Velveeta. Okay, we're going to use one of these boxes. This recipe could definitely be doubled to make more, but because I'm trying to cut down on having too many leftovers, I'm just going to do one box. But we're going to call this Tex-Mex mac and cheese. You need to grab some ground beef. Then I'm also going to add an onion. I've got half an onion here. I'm going to chop this up really quickly, and I'll put that in with the ground beef just because I love the flavor that it gives. So let's get started on that. So I've got water heating up here. This is going to be for boiling our macaroni or our shells. And then I've got this heating up to about medium high. I've got about a half a pound of hamburger meat there. And we're gonna add in about a half an onion along with that hamburger meat. Do y'all call it ground beef or do you call it hamburger meat? I try to remember to call it ground beef for YouTube, but I'm gonna be real, I call it hamburger meat. I did a really hard arm workout 2 days ago now, and just doing this motion right here is killing my triceps. Hello, I'm a wimp. I feel like I'm working out again and all I'm doing is this. I'm pathetic. Okay, to my ground beef as it's cooking, I'm gonna add just a little bit of salt and pepper. We don't need a lot. Also gonna add just a little bit of this ancho chili powder. It's a little bit of a milder chili powder than regular chili powder, but I think it'll have a good smoky flavor to it. I'm not adding much. Well, I say I'm not adding much. I'm scared I'm about to dump it out. Hold on. Okay, like a 1/4 teaspoon or so, maybe a 1/2 teaspoon. Our water is boiling over here, so I'm gonna add my shells, throw one on the floor for good measure. All right, so we drained our mac and cheese, or our shells, and then now I'm going to add in my ground beef. If you need to drain your ground beef, do that. Mine was like 93.7, so I really didn't have to worry about that. So let's add in our ground beef. This one is probably the easiest of all of them, and I'm not mad at that. I'm gonna put in about half of this can of I'm doing the fire roasted Rotel. I'm gonna do about half of the can. I did drain it somewhat, and I'm gonna do 1 can of chili beans. The last thing we need to do is add our cheese pack, and that's it. Now we're just gonna stir to combine, and that is a quick way to level up your mac and cheese, add in some extra protein, and make a really quick meal if you're really hungry and you don't have a lot of time. Hello.
Hey,
Look at that.
that looks amazing.
It's called Tex-Mex mac and cheese. It
smells great.
It's very easy, so hopefully it's very good.
We'll find out.
Hang on.
Are we gonna do this here? Or
Yeah, no, let's do it right here. I'm hungry. I don't want to wait. I want to eat at the same time you do instead of sitting there filming
All
you.
right,
Hold on, let me back this up.
All right, we got the seashells.
By the seashore.
All right, here we go.
Tink. Okay.
Yeah,
I can get behind that. Yeah.
that is really good and interesting. It's got like this fire roasted sort of flavor to it.
Very good. There's
got-
fire roasted Rotel in there.
Ah, yeah, it's very much got that fire roasted, spicy,
A little bit of smoky.
a little bit of smoky, yeah, and then the cheese. It's actually very comforting too.
It is, and I feel like, I mean, it was cheap, it was quick, and very easy. This is a perfect meal for if you're in a hurry, and I feel like everybody would like this.
Yeah, good job.
Thanks.
It's a great lunch.
Thanks.
I'm gonna get me another little spoonful. Tell nobody else.
All right, you go back to work.
All right.
Okay, there you go. 3 recipes, very simple, easy ways to use or to level up your boxed mac and cheese. If you haven't already, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button below and join my YouTube family. It is free to do so, and that just makes sure that you won't miss any more of my videos. Give this video a thumbs up if you love boxed mac and cheese and you are excited to try it in different ways, and I will see you next time. Bye, y'all.